Hello YouTube, welcome to part 8 of the Advance Wars 2 Situation Room playthrough. Next up is a map called Mutilation Station. I believe that's what it's called, I haven't checked. So we're going to select Max for this. Simply because I like my direct combat units in this map, and it's not really an indirect orientated map. So this is basic stuff. The original version of this map was played in Fog of War, which would be a problem considering the enemy CO. And you don't have Fog of War in Advance Wars 2, but there are still these two pre-deployed battleships. I'm not sure why those are there specifically. You can't really call them for being battleships in tiny lakes. But they do cover the HQ, so there's a less chance of a sneak HQ capture. And this battleship likes to move over to the left, which will make taking that central base a little bit more difficult. But let's get underway. These first few turns are no-brainers. Just capture stuff around you and start letting the money build up for the expensive units. I like to go for the base first. I don't think it's worth trying to go for that airport straight away. I will instead send my second infantry there instead of the first one. And of course we have a base for Sonia in the top left. That's going to threaten us a little bit too, so we got to make sure to put the brakes on that base sooner rather than later. Let's just build some more infantry. On the next turn we'll have enough for a tank. And I believe Sonia does as well, so she's probably going to build a tank there. And she built absolutely nothing on the right. So that can only mean that there is a tank, of course. So we'll build one of our own. And just keep the infantry moving. The city placement in this map is very interesting. Like, it seems like it was planned out how the player was going to move the infantry that they build. Unfortunately, the Advance Wars 2 AI is not quite as good at planning as the player might be. Otherwise, they would have probably had that base by now. Alright, so a max tank will do 52 to this tank. So it should be at 5 health. Since we're dealing with Sonia's hidden HP, and it's actually relevant because like it's normally not relevant when the player is controlling Sonia because the AI sees it anyways. But now that we can't see her HP, you kind of have to remember how much damage you were doing, at least a little bit. And it would actually be advantageous to actually turn on the battle animations, because then you would see the exact amount of damage being done, and the hidden HP mechanic would be negated completely. Because the animations show how much HP damage you're doing anyways. So, like, what's the point of this ability? It seems like this ability just doesn't really do much at the end of the day. I'm going to join this infantry. I don't feel like trying to keep the 3 HP infantry alive on the city. Alright, so that's dealt with, and, yeah, I'm sure attacking like this is fine. Oh, they should both be at 6 HP at this point. That could get sticky. Alright, so what now? There's an artillery up here, which is unusual, but it does mean that there's less enemies on the right side, so that's cool. I think I will take this opportunity to kind of splurge for the right side. I'm gonna need more infantry on the left anyways. Oh, Sonia's going for a city. Which means that the capture points will reveal exactly how much HP that thing has left. See, this hidden HP thing, it actually doesn't work quite as well as you'd imagine it would. So it's got 5 health. I'd imagine this would do it in one shot, and it does. Oh, I want to get onto that base as soon as possible, let me tell you. Alright, so we've got the airport now. I actually managed to route this map before I had the HQ taken, because those battleships make an HQ capture not as easy as you might expect. So that recon's going to come for the infantry that is capturing. Let's see here. I guess I keep up the tanks until I'm ready for the copters. Alright, so they've got that base now. They finally got that base. Took forever for that to happen. Okay. You know, we could leave that top left base alone. It's not going to do much now that we have copters coming out of this airport. Let's first make a T-copter and get it ready for the HQ cap. Wow, 102 to recon with no defense. That is mean. Where do we go? Above or below? I think above is better. Right, so I'm probably just going to... Let's see, a tank is not going to help on the top left, I think, so I will just move it towards the right. At this point, you know, it's probably best to just focus on the right entirely. And I haven't checked out what the battleship is doing. Is it moving? Yeah, it's moving. It's moving off to the left, like I said. It just took a little while. Okay, so with the battleship in that position, we actually have to pay attention to what we're doing now. So if we don't move anything else into its range, the battleship will likely attack this infantry. Because when it comes to battleships, there's actually a very interesting method to dealing with them. If they have something that they can fire at, then odds are they're going to fire at it and not move. But if there's nothing in range, then the odds are that the battleship will instead try to move into a position where it has more stuff in range. So, as long as we keep something in range of this battleship, it will never move from that position. And since there are no ports on this map... What's she got over here? Oh, nothing of interest. There are no ports on this map, so there's no way for the battleship to refuel except by an APC. And it's possible for her to get an APC to refuel the battleship, but... Oh, it went for the tank. Actually, that works out, because now she can't build anything out of that base. Big brain strats. Actually, not that big brain, it's just incredibly lucky. Alright, so looks like this infantry is almost out of fuel, so I think it's time we got our T-copter, and we will transport that infantry post-haste. What do we do here? That is the question. Wow, 100%? But the thing is on a forest. That's really... That's kind of cool. We're not going to be able to get... Oh, that tank is probably just going to get destroyed by the battleship. Unless we capture, because, of course, the AI is drawn to attempting to destroy units that are trying to capture things. So that's another way you can distract the Advanced Wars 2 AI. Alright. Might consider getting an APC soon. And, you know, I'm thinking I should probably defend that base, but maybe the artillery moves on top of it to try and block it. Oh, this does absolutely nothing. Without Fog of War, Enhanced Vision is absolutely meaningless. Like, I have no idea why she would even do that. Yeah, we've lost 2 units so far. And again, she's blocked herself from building anything. That's so weird to have that happen 2 times. Right, the anti-air is actually distracted. It's going for the top of the map instead of the bottom. So now our B-copter can come down here and do a little damage to that tank. Yeah, I'm starting to worry about the technique score, though, because I've already lost 2 units. Not a good start. Oh, this tank must have had more HP in it than I realized. I'm still keeping the battle animations off. So with a battleship moving off to the left, it is actually possible to... Would they do much damage to this T-copter? I don't know. I'll just move a little bit forward and drop here for now. We've got a second T-copter. So yeah, I haven't really done anything about the battleship quite yet. So let's see what it does. It fired at the 2 HP tank. What a smart idea. Except not. That wasn't smart at all. That was just... You wasted your whole turn doing that. Alright, we've definitely got to get rid of this rocket before it starts firing. I think we can do that. Excellent. Oh, the infantry's out of fuel. Yeah, the good news is, joining actually does give you back your fuel. So, if you want to get your fuel back, all you have to do is join. And that's good when your infantry only have 20 units of fuel. And this is going to get tough because we have this anti-air. It's going to destroy something. I'm going to get such a bad technique score. It's not even going to be funny. I can't even build anything out of that airport. Lost 3 units already. But I'm getting pretty close to that HQ, and the other battleship is nowhere near in position to even think about destroying the infantry that starts capturing. For some reason, it doesn't move, and the other one does. It's very weird. Right. Am I ready for a super? Well, actually, let me check, because I don't really remember. Unit movement increases by 1 space. So I think that would actually be a good thing, to use the regular power here. But, yeah, I'm so close to getting another star. Can I get another star off of this APC? Yes, I can. Alright, so that's good. I knew because there was only half a star remaining that destroying the APC would give me what I needed. I think. Okay, so maybe it wasn't... that wasn't quite guaranteed, but whatever. Alright, so let's start cleaning up. Get units out of the way. Destroy that with the infantry. Yes, it worked. And I can even attack the battleship if I so desire, but I'm not going to. That infantry really needs some fuel, so let's join them up. And they still have 0. Isn't that funny? We have an out-of-fuel infantry. Only in my ROM hack. Only in my ROM hacks. Alright, so we've got an infantry at the HQ. Now the question is, are they going to build units here? Or is letting them capture my bases over here? Yeah, she built a rocket over here, so letting her stay over there on the left was actually, like, yet another bold but good move, I would say. What are we at? We've lost 4 units and we've only built 25. So this is not going to be perfect tech. But so far this has been really good. Oh, did that battleship move in position so it could fire on that? As a matter of fact, it did. How do you like that? Well, now what do we do? I'm not really sure what to do now. Because it's going to attack the infantry, and it's, yeah, I guess we have to deal with the battleship one way or the other, so we're going to have to spend time attacking it. Was that 100% on a unit on a city? Wow. Alright, so we do, in fact, have to actually take out these battleships. And I'm gonna need to build an APC so I can get the fuel on that infantry back. This is tricky because there's no way to capture anything here without being in range of something. Let's try going like so. Yes. And the tank's almost out of fuel too. Alright, this would actually matter if she had any direct combat units already out. Well, actually, she could build some. So, for those of you who don't know, oh, I've left an infantry over there, it's in danger. What Counterbreak does is that it causes all of her units to strike first, even if you're initiating on her. It's a very interesting power. Yep, there's an anti-air there now. We can move the B-copter around here to start firing at that battleship. But we're going to need our tanks over there. This battleship is almost out of ammo. Yeah, if I fired now, I don't think I would do a lot of damage because of counter break. So, let's focus on this first. So maybe this will take a little longer than planned, but it's okay. I guess start capturing that base, even though the infantry is going to take a hit, but probably not a big one. Yeah, only 2 damage. Not that big. Yep, she's still building medium tanks from the far left, where she can't actually get to my units. And I'm certain that the battleship is almost destroyed. This one is. No, it's still alive. Weird. Well, we move the recon over this way, and we can destroy the anti-air. So now I think we are more or less safe. So I think this is actually a really interesting map. I've actually had to alter my strategy a little bit, even though I was certain that I would pretty much have this in the bag by now. But it's fine. Oh, I can't build from that base now. How sad. Alright, now we've definitely secured victory. Both battleships are gone. We've got that base. And yeah, we're good. I'm more than certain that I had destroyed several units in a single turn. But just in case, there's the bomber. There's some other units. Just in case she builds from down here. Move off the base. And there's nothing really she can do. I don't think we can destroy more than, like, oh, she built a recon over here. Okay, so let's see. Can we do anything? I don't think there's really any way to destroy more than 2 units, so let's just see what our final score is. Doubt it's going to be that high, though. Alright, 297. I've gotten a 300 on this map with Max before, but 297, that's perfectly acceptable. Mutilation, not a bad map at all. The next map is called Blackjack Forest, and it's pretty difficult. It's against Sammy, and you can see that there is no glowing blue tile, which means there is no enemy HQ. You have to rout her, and that's going to be very difficult because she has access to a lot of neutral properties, including bases and such. And it's very difficult to stop Sammy from capturing, so unfortunately, like, you'll see what's actually on the map when we get there, but I have to select Kanbei. I have to select Kanbei because this map is basically based around shutting down Sammy before she can get started with all of her stuff. And she's got recons, she's got pre-deployed rockets, she's got mechs ready to capture a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I didn't want to select Kanbei yet again, but it seems that I don't really have much of a choice. So that's unfortunate. But let's get started. And it's better to just see the map in motion. Right. So I think moving like this is okay. You've got a bunch of pre-deployed mechs, and you basically want to use them to destroy as many of the threats as possible. And since I'm playing as Kanbei, it's going to be really difficult for the recons to actually find a reason to attack me. Because, they're not going to do a lot of damage to the most defensive CO in the game. And I placed that mech on that base in order to distract the enemy units. Because, as you'll see, I can now destroy this rocket. And this mech is going to get blown up. I basically have to sacrifice that in order to do something about the rocket. Alright. And this recon decided not to attack at all. That's a good thing. The mech is going... These mechs are going to go for captures. I hope they go for the cities first. That will allow me to capture the base, and that will make the next part a lot easier. And now we have to get some funding for ourselves. Sammy's also got double time at this point, but she doesn't have a lot of infantry that are going to do any serious damage. Oh, they went for the base. Not the best result. But the recon actually stopped the base from building any more units, because it's going to wait until it's finished repairing. So that's actually really good. This is not a bad result at all. So as long as we hold out until we have the money for, like, some tanks or something, then I think we'll be good. I'm just going to fire at the mech from this angle. It's not going to destroy this infantry, unfortunately, and which means she's going to have that city on the next turn. Time to go after those silos, because those are important too. This is a pretty challenging map with any CO other than Kanbei, and even with Kanbei, it's kind of difficult. That mech... Sammy found the courage to attack a Kanbei mech on an airport. Oh, and he's also building... She's also building mechs out of this base as well, so this is going to get even more sticky. As long as that rocket stays where it is, I think I can destroy it with my own mech. That's cool. We've got the money for tanks now, though. I don't think I'm gonna get the mech out of that situation alive, but it doesn't hurt to try. Okay, time to bring out the big guns. We're making tanks now. We got the money for it. Come on, fire at the infantry on the city. I know you want to. She has so little money, too. That's another thing I noticed. Oh, the recons actually joined. Interesting. So I'm losing units, and those infantry did not fire. They waited for the full HP infantry to fire. I'm going to move on to this and wait instead of capture. Otherwise, it could cause the mech to focus exclusively on the unit on the base. So it seems like Sammy is losing money quite quickly. As long as we can keep her from gaining too much of her money back, this should be fine. Yeah, she's spending so much money on repairing the rockets. Maybe that's the idea that you're supposed to go for. Drain Sammy's bank account and then she can't do anything. The original version of this map had you playing as Colon, which would be very appropriate for a map where you're supposed to make people lose money. Speaking of Colon, what if there was a gold rush that would cause your enemy to lose funds instead of you gaining them? That would be funny. But it wouldn't be too helpful, because I think people would like spend all their money before ending turn. So such a power wouldn't be too helpful in the long term. So we should have this base down here soon enough. I wonder if we could get to that base before, like, Sammy is able to build something out of it to stop me. Alright, so we've secured that base. Like, all of the southern bases are almost secure. Oh, he's blocking me from using this silo. What's her money like? 1180. And she's gonna spend 3,000 repairing that rocket, and she's got a 3 HP infantry capturing. That's not efficient at all. It's like I'm messing with the AI by virtue of existing. She might have enough for a double time. I don't know what this will do. It's gonna power up her infantry, but... well, it makes them move farther, that's one thing. Suicided on the mech. Fabulous. Alright, so we can start capturing this. It's good to eventually make her lose all our money. I gotta go for the... does this mech have any ammo left? I could destroy the recon, but I've honestly gotta go for the capture. Just to stop that base from doing anything. And now we can stop these bases from doing anything too. We've got our super. Everything's looking fantastic. Should I use that silo? I'm not sure. This is actually going very, very smoothly. What do I do now? I could use the silo to either ruin this recon so it can't do any more damage, but I don't think it's going to do a lot of damage anyways. So I think it's best served delaying the repair of the rocket just a little bit more. There we go. Kanbei really does just break every single map ever created. Unless he's at, like, such a severe disadvantage that it doesn't even matter. Right, did she build anything up at the top? Yes, she did. In that case, I believe it is time... should I use Samurai Spirit? I really want to make the most out of it. Not now, I think. Maybe when I have that airport. It's time to focus exclusively on the right. Finish capturing all of these, start work on the airport. The airport's... I don't see it being all that useful, but you never know. That just leaves the top right as the only, like, safe spot for her left. And she's got the money to keep putting out mechs, so we've got to cut her off. Let's see here. Samurai Spirit doesn't really come with any movement boosts, so not going to use it quite yet. Got quite a bit of cash, though. I'm going to use mechs to finish off that base up there. I will join these two. I'm thinking this infantry is going to go for the capture. That's what I imagine he'll do. Yeah, that's fine. About 6,000. Alright, now I think it's time for the big guns. The really, really big guns. Oh, I hate this choke point, though. That's such an annoying choke point to be in. Alright, I'm gonna need defense power on the next turn, so it's time to use it now. I like how the camera has to jump around a lot because it has to power up the units in the order you built them in. So that's why it was jumping around a lot. It's a really odd quirk. The infantry just sat there and did nothing. Alright then. Okay, what do we do here? Destroy this mech, or try to destroy it at least. Left it with 1 health. This rocket's gonna get to fire at something, so, yeah, I want to join them so that the mech doesn't destroy it either. Just keep building regular tanks. That's what's working out so far. Yeah, I only want to build the big expensive units on the right here, I think. Alright, so now what? Just attack all of them once each, I think? Like so. Yeah, it's pretty much a given at this point that we're going to have them all mopped up in a couple of turns. That airport at the bottom was just not that useful for anything at all. Then again, yeah, who knows how this would work out in Advance Wars DS. You've only got one... Well, technically, she's only got one infantry unit. No! My no casualties run. Oh, this was nowhere near a no casualties run. I've lost 6 units. 6 units! That's actually quite a lot. I'm starting to think that I won't get as high as a score as I wished. But it shouldn't last more than another turn, I think. In fact, I could probably just end turn right now and it would be a... Wow! Sammy, you wanted to repair your mech, so you put it on the base? I must have done something to the AI. I'm going to build for technique first. I must have done something to this AI because I have not seen it do things that crazy. Like, what was this AI made for? It was probably, like... I'd imagine that the AI for Advanced Wars was more geared towards campaign mode than it was for war room mode, but jeez! Like, do you just not think there are any bases? That can't be. She's clearly been building from them. Well, 295 S rank. Like, I guess such a really dumb move at the end there doesn't really matter, because she was losing anyways. Anyways, that's 2 of the 3 maps for this video. Now on to the third. The third and final map of this set is called Blindside. I'm pretty sure that's not the full title of the map. The enemy CO is Grit, and we've got something interesting in store for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, gaze upon the glory of the battleships in the tiny lakes. Like, how do they get these big battleships into these tiny lakes? How is that physically possible? Etc., etc. To be honest, though, I guess the only real question is how did they get past the shoals? Because battleships can't go through shoals, but I guess they must have squeezed in somehow. It's for that reason that I have selected Drake for this map, because we have a battleship. And of course, Grit has one too, and his has extended range. So the obvious thing to do with the battleship is to move it into position here, and then fire at the infantry coming out. This causes the AI to waste so much money and time trying to, I don't know, capture something over there, that it actually makes this map a little bit too easy in the Advance Wars 2 system. Because I can just fire at that capturing infantry and he will be standing there all day trying to capture that city. And for this battleship, I should probably wait for it to move south a little more, but that's fine. The best way to deal with this battleship is to cause it to run out of ammo by just having a capturing infantry in range that it will constantly fire at, and then joining a new infantry into it, like so. And the battleship will just remain fixated on capturing infantry. And then you almost never have to, like, actually worry about this battleship, because eventually it's going to run out of ammo after 9 turns. And as soon as we get some more money going, we should be able to run right over that base, because there's not going to be any threatening units whatsoever actually guarding it. Amusing, isn't it? These maps, you know, they were definitely made with Advance Wars DS in mind, because the AI just doesn't know how to play them in Advance Wars 2. Of course, our battleship is going to run out of ammo at some point too, so maybe an APC is in order. But since you eventually have to take on the right side of the map and the battleship can't really get over there, it doesn't really matter too much if you run out of ammo or not. Kind of unfortunate, but that's just one of the things about the Navy in this series. They're just blocked off by the land. Now they can't really contribute much after they, I better destroy that infantry it was about to finish capturing. Really, that's just the thing about the Navy. They're locked to the left side in that little lake there. I mean, I don't even know what my battleship is going to even fire at, and I've basically negated Grit's battleship. I don't really know how the AI would handle this in DS. Now, maybe I should think about reviving that idea where I port all of these maps to Advance Wars DS, just to see how it plays out. We're close enough that we can destroy this infantry with the tanks, so the battleship can fire at the one in the back. We have a silo. I don't really know if we need it. I'm just going to launch it right away at the recon and artillery. That'll delay him from capturing for a little bit as well. So yeah, what is even the point of the left side, am I right? That's funny, actually. I said left side, and then I immediately said right. No, that's not funny. Alright, so there's a mech here now. So I better attack from outside of its range. And I'm almost out of ammo. And they're going to capture that base on the right there and probably get to that silo as well. It's not going to matter too much, though. Oh, I built the infantry out of the wrong base. I should have built it out of the other one. Right. Let's fire at the recon. Time to get at that mech. Can't occupy the base quite yet. That's fine. I built out of the wrong base again, but it doesn't matter too much. Hey, maybe he'll... Oh. He actually went for the capture instead. Okay. I thought for sure he was gonna, like, fire at a tank while standing on the base. Based on how the other playthroughs of previous maps have gone, it seemed logical that that would happen. I better fire at the mech. It's dangerous to just leave it there. Will fire regularly to destroy his units quicker. This forces him to build more infantry, as I've spoken about in the past. I have enough for 2 tanks. So yeah, this is not the worst map in the world to play. Like, even selecting Drake was something I did just so that the battleship would be a little bit stronger. I'm sure any CO could handle this in the same way, because I took away the +1 movement for Navy units that Drake normally gets. Oh, better just destroy this one. Alright, time to start working on that HQ. Is this battleship out of ammo yet? It's got 1 shot left. Alright then. I don't think either side is anywhere near their powers quite yet. And as for the battleship, it's now not that good. Oh, the snipe attack doesn't seem like it'll do anything. The artillery is too far away anyways. Oh, and the silo distracts the battleship. This is another thing. Oh, he was actually able to destroy that infantry with this last shot. Go figure. So the thing about the AI and silos is that they always go for the most amount of money damage that they can. And since the battleship was the most expensive unit I had, logic dictates that the AI would fire at it. But I'm out of ammo now, so it really doesn't matter. Right. I'm going to try and get at that artillery. Probably going to lose a unit to the tanks. But as long as I get his strongest unit out of the way first, that's fine. And, I've got that base, so I'm gonna let the money build up and, build something from it. Okay, he went for that unit, the undamaged tank unit. Oh, now the battleship could fire at something if it could, like, get in range. What can we use this silo on? If I attack something with that tank and then fire the silo, I could do something with it. So, I'll move this one... I'll move it to occupy this base. Perfect. Weaken the units over here. Really gotta worry about getting an infantry into position, though. Do this. And 1 HP infantry, not worth firing at. And I've got a Neo-Tank now, so this just got worse for him. Should I tsunami? That's an interesting idea. Wait until next turn. Wow, they both did exactly 5 HP. Alright, I need to weaken them a little bit, so here we go. Wave goodbye to your troops. Aha! Aha! He didn't actually say that this time, but it is one of his quotes. Actually, I think it's his Advance Wars 1 quote. So that's old school. Time to get an APC. I want to get to that HQ quickly. Oh, I'm out of fuel. How unfortunate for me. Okay, so with that out of the way, we just need to wait for the APC to get the infantry over to the HQ. And then after that, there will only be 6 maps remaining in this playthrough. Oh wow, it's actually stuck. I can't get it off. I mean, I could supply, but then I wouldn't have the turn to drop the infantry within range of the HQ. Alright, so that's that. How's our technique? Oh, it's practically guaranteed. The only worry left is, how many units we've destroyed. He has built 26, so I think it's pretty much a given that we've got power in the bag, too. So I can safely say that this is going to be a perfect 300. Depends on speed, however. So I don't remember any of the turn limits for these maps. Yep, perfect 300. Alright, so that was Blindside, and that was another set of maps from the Advance Wars 2 Situation Room playthrough. Only 2 more videos to go, and next time things are going to get Kirby-themed, oddly enough. If you've seen what the map names are, you probably know why that is. But until then, I'm Ephraim225. Next time, we take on the world of Kirby maps.